Alright guys, so today we're going to break down Von Weezer, and today I have the help of a handy whiteboard because I'm always like, have stuff popping up in the corners and I have to do all this editing stuff, and I don't really like doing that, plus this proves for a visual aid. So today, we are breaking down and reviewing Von Weezer, and excuse my messy handwriting, but you can read that good enough. So today, we are breaking down Von Weezer. So first, the review. Von Weezer was something else. It was definitely different than anything we had gotten from Weezer before. It felt very original. It had a nice Weezer feel, like it didn't feel so out there. You know, it still felt, it had good feels like a blue, Pinkerton, and white, like it had a good rock feel with nerdy lyrics and, you know, just kind of out there weird Weezer-y stuff. But then it also was like, you know, 80s metal and rock type style, you know, stadium rock more like than metal. They said it was going to be more like a metal album, but to me it honestly felt more like a stadium rock type album, which is fine, but that's what they came across with. But I really did like the album. It was a really decent album. So it is, at some parts it was a disappointment, but that was really just the ending, which we'll get to later. But so yeah, story slash theme. So let's talk about the story slash theme real quick before we break it down. Well, actually, no. So I'll give that 2 out of 3 points. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. I liked it from a story theme point of view. So the story was kind of slacking at parts. Like it didn't run as well of a story as some Weezer albums did, and it might just be a bit hard to understand for me, being more accustomed to the 90s style, and this is very 80s style, so I might need to listen to it a few more times. But from what I got from it, it is kind of about this like gray area in fame, and they kind of talked about this some in OK Human, but basically it's talking about like you know, you're not super famous, so it's not like awesome for you or whatever, and like it's not super popular, so everyone knows who you are. But it's not like nobody's to where you can just kind of live your life. So it's kind of like this thing where like people know who you are, but they don't really care, which is kind of how Weezer's being treated right now anyway. And it's kind of just their reaction to that. So that's kind of what I got from this album, was just them kind of talking about how the life they're having to live right now is they can't go home and just live a normal life, you know, be with their family and whatnot. And especially his wife, he talks about her a lot in this. He uses multiple different names and like, you know, metaphors for her, but he's basically just talking about his wife. And then you also have his, you know, he wants to be popular, and he's kind of tired of being stuck in this gray area. So, you know, the album starts out as Hero. You got like a good start to an album because it's kind of a character. I've mentioned before how I like when albums start out with a character. You know, their first album started out with My Name Is Jonas. You know, it gave you that character. So he's the character. You know, it was a good way to start it. Hero was a good song, and then they kind of went into just rocking out. Like the next 3 songs, especially I Need Some of That and All the Good Ones, was kind of talking about, you know, other rock artists that have inspired them, paying homage to them, and how they just kind of enjoy rocking out, and that's what they're doing in this album. Kind of gave us a good introduction to that, and then it started talking about how they feel like their band is ending, which they talked about also some in OK Human, their last album, where they were talking about like the La Brea tar pits and everything at the end, how they feel like they're kind of going out of style. They're worried about them ending. So, you know, the end of the game and then beginning of the end were 2 songs in the first half of the album. They're very much talking about the end and if they're gonna if they're ending, you know, if they're getting over. And then the next 2 songs are probably my 2 favorite songs on the album. The more metal themed albums, songs, because those songs for me are just really fun. Those are really good songs that we hadn't heard them from early releases or anything. So those 2 songs for me were really fun to listen to. They had really good riffs. I realized that one of them had a Paranoid or a Black Sabbath riff, but it was good. I liked those 2, and those 2 were just kind of talking about like how they would prefer to be either famous or not famous, but tired of stuck in this in between area. And then they kind of just ended it out with saying like, when we end, when this fades, if we get popular, if we don't, at least we still have our family to fall back onto. And it was decent. I mean, they could have done a little bit better with the story. The next 2 songs, songs 8 and 9, Sheila Can Do It and She Needs Me. Those songs I did not like very much, and the story was a little lacking at parts, but that's what I got from it. So that's what I got from Von Weezer. There may be more. If there's more, leave in the comments. So story theme, we got 2 out of 3. What about, next up is lyrics and vocals. And for lyrics and vocals, I'm going to give them also a 2 out of 3. Because the lyrics and vocals, while they were good, the vocals at vocals, I mean, it was Weezer vocals. A lot of people hate on those, but like compared to some of the other vocals, it was better. The lyrics were good. Some songs got very repetitive, which I did not like. Like all the good ones, Sheila Can Do It, She Needs Me. All those songs got very repetitive when it came to the lyrics, which kind of started to annoy me after a while. And a few of the songs got a little annoying after a little bit. So that's why I gave the lyrics. Now, instruments, you know, the music and whatnot, now that was just super awesome. Probably some of the best instruments Weezer's ever done. I almost want to say the best instruments they have ever done, but Blue was really good as well when it came to instruments. And OK Human was too, but it was different. A lot of people really liked that. I did not. But so instruments, yeah, 2 out of 2. Done. Like that they did an amazing job on the instruments. Now, hello? I'm recording, so you're just gonna have to buzz off for a little bit. Now, my personal taste. I mean, if it's a 2-point system, I'm not going to give it 1 out of 2. I'm going to give it 2 out of 2. So, taste, my personal taste, 2 out of 2. Because I did enjoy this album. I really was hyped up for it. It was a little disappointing toward the end, but it was good. The only big complaint I have was really the ending. The 2 songs before the last song I didn't like, and the last song I liked, but I really wish they could have done an Only in Dreams or Endless Bummer Styles type song where they kind of just went off. It would have made that song a bit more memorable than it was, being only like 2.5 minutes. But other than that, I mean, it was decent. Now, does it fit the artist niche? Yeah. So I would say it definitely fit the artist niche. It definitely was very good in that area. And then, does it flow? What was the other question I usually ask? Oh, was it like, is it original and whatnot? And I would say it was a very original album. It was definitely really just, it was new. It was a different approach for Weezer while still staying true to Weezer. I think it did a good job with it. So, yes, it fit. It is original. So, that's just kind of chicken scratch and whatnot. I mainly have this up for future videos when we get a bit more of a complex storyline. When it comes to an album, I can kind of doodle that out. It helps me organize my thoughts and whatnot. Hopefully y'all can read that okay. And if y'all like this video, then, you know, give it a like, thumbs up, and all that stuff. If you want more Weezer videos, I can rank all the Weezer albums. I can do a review on everything. I can do a deeper breakdown on this. So yeah, if you want more, give me comments. You know, I love reading comments. I'm sorry if I also don't respond to comments a lot. Sometimes I just love reading them and I never even respond or like give it a heart or whatever. I should be doing that more. So give me comments to read, give me stuff to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.